Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Razor, host of the Lake Dawson Morning Show, and we're glad you came. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a special day for me. It's an amazing day. Besides the fact that it's a Wednesday and my affirmations are written down and my to-do list is written down and all these great things, and it's only 5 a.m., some other things came up, and today I wanted to discuss customer service for the newbie real estate professional and existing real estate professional as well. This goes for investors as well as real estate agents as a whole. Now, I received the email yesterday about one of the videos that I put up, and this is what I want to say. Not naming no names, not giving any addresses, because that doesn't matter. This is a generalized video, right? So, one, here at the Lake Dawson TV show, we don't bash anyone. We don't put anyone down. We're not here to do that whatsoever, okay, at all, right? That's not our intention. Our intention is to put out positive information to teach the real estate industry, newbie real estate professionals, how to do their job better. Okay, that's the key. That's the overall key. Okay, so just for clarification, overall, right? Everybody that I deal with personally have great rapport with me. No negativity whatsoever, right? If I bring a client on, a guest on to the show, and they voice their opinion about an experience that they've had, then that's their opinion on the experience that they had. It has nothing to do with me or reflection of me. But, right? But because I know that I run this company, Lake Dawson TV, and I know that I and my team, I would say my team put videos up and update and do all of that stuff, I took it upon myself and said, you know what? That wasn't our intention. You know, we don't want you to feel any kind of way. Apologize. Boom. Throw it away. You know, so there's a video that's not up anymore because of it, and it's out of respect for the other individuals that are involved. And it wasn't the intention of Lake Dawson TV to bash or put anyone down or anything like that. And my experience with the individual wasn't negative at all. Okay. But going back to customer service as a whole, right? You need to understand that the client agent or client broker relationship is a sensitive relationship, and everything that you do throughout the process of working with that person will determine how they feel about you and in working with you in the future and what they tell other people. Okay? You cannot make this thing personal. You cannot be a realtor or broker or whoever else you are in New York City, in New Jersey, in Virginia, in Connecticut, it doesn't matter where you are, and take the opinion of the client personally. You take it as positive criticism, and then you move forward with that information knowing next time you know what to do. If ever I had a situation where a client of mine felt a certain type of way about me, the first thing I would do was send them an email, reach out to them and find out what it was that I did wrong, or that because maybe I didn't feel that I did anything wrong. But if you reach out to them and find out, hey, when we were working together, what was it that you felt that I could have done better? And then they would have told you, the relationship would have gotten better with them, and maybe they would have reached back out to you again, just because you reached out to them in concern, because you were genuinely interested, right? That's the key. Being genuinely interested, okay? Many times, not many times, but majority of the time in this industry, realtors, investors, not so much investors, because their focal point is themselves and building their financial portfolio. It's understandable. But realtors, that's real estate agents and brokers, majority of the time, and this is across the board, this is across the board, not blaming anyone, not putting anyone out there. But over my decade of experience in the real estate industry, right? Majority of the people are more focused on money and how much money they could get out of someone than how much respect and customer service and loyalty they could get out of that individual. And and when I mean loyalty, I mean coming back to me consecutively. That's why you have the Frederick Eklunds and the Altman brothers. You have them and they're doing very well, but the reason why they're doing very well is because their focal point is the customer service. Not that the customer is always right, but strategically structuring a system where the customer is comfortable. Okay? Knowing that the individual that they're working with is a professional. That's the key overall, right? So, in the future, if I bring on a client, and this is a PSA, okay? If I bring on a client, right, and the client makes a decision to speak on some experiences that she has had with a group of individuals or a specific office or anything like that, it shows of no. It has nothing to do with Lake Dawson TV whatsoever, number one. Right? It's their experience. And it's teaching the real estate agents and professionals out there what not to do. Or what to look out for. Alright? And like I said, once again, this is across the board. Right? This is across the world. Let me put it that way. Across the world. Customer service is always key. And I learned that in my marketing company. I learned that working with the marketing company. I learned that working with the real estate companies that I've worked with, the investors that I work with, my mentors that I've worked with. You can't be so big and think that everything revolves around you and that's it. That's not the case. And in the United States, everyone has free speech. That's why you have those talk shows. That's why you have the news. That's why you have all the newspaper. Because people have the right to speak their opinion on their experiences. Okay? Overall, Lake Dawson TV loves the real estate industry. We love the newbie real estate professional, and that's across the board. Doesn't matter if you're a broker, doesn't matter if you're an agent, doesn't matter if you are new or existing. We love you all. We want to help you to grow. But you have to take the emotion of it out completely, because there's going to be so many times where you're going to be dealing with people who you may not really, fudge with. Okay? And granted, and some of you may be saying, well, I've worked with other people and other people have said I've been great. So what you're saying doesn't resonate with me, or something to that effect. And what I can say to that is this. That's respect. Because same thing happens to me, same thing happens to a whole bunch of other people out in the real estate industry. Yes, you worked with people before and they loved you. But everybody in this world isn't the same, and everybody in this world isn't going to like you. But if you show your professionalism, if you show that you know your business, you know your stuff, right? Then it'll show that you are professional enough to work with someone who you don't even like or, are interested in working with in the future, but you understand. And you've learned from your experiences. Because majority of the time with the relationship between two individuals, both individuals usually feel that they both are right. That's why you have to come together, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you have to come together. That's what arbitrage is about. That's why you have arbitration in real estate. Right? So we all know, even if you get to the point of attorneys and all that stuff, you still have to go through arbitration before anything else when it comes to the client and the agent's relationship or broker's relationship. We know that. So, who wants to even go through all that, right? Who wants to even have the headache of even dealing with that, right? Because both sides feel that they're right. We're not 5 years old. This is not a democracy. Okay, not in this situation. Call one person up, the other person call the other person up, and speak to them civilized. Right? This whole thing is professional. And, I mean, overall, Lake Dawson TV is a growth opportunity for every real estate agent and professional in the business. And I need to make that clear. I really do. And hearsay, one person telling the other person that this is what they feel or this is what happened, and then the other person going and doing something, and the next thing you know, everybody and their mother's involved. That's not professional. That's not business. This is not how this thing works. Okay? You hear something from somebody else or you get information directly from you, you contact the person over the phone. Not email, not text, nothing like that. Okay? And once again, this is just to make it understandable. I'm speaking in terms of generalization, right? Across the board, across the world. This is business ethics 101. This is what you do, right? Even if you feel that something's put out there that you don't appreciate, that you feel has tarnished your name or anything to that effect, right? You never write a letter. Never write a letter or a statement or anything of that nature, anything in writing, bashing the next person in business. You don't do that ever. Because especially if you haven't reached out to them first to find out what their side of the story is. You don't do that. Because one, it hurts the person if they didn't even realize that what they did hurt you. Especially if this is what they do for a living, if this is their life, if their lifeblood is to help the newbie real estate professional and existing professional grow. It's true, ladies and gentlemen. It hurts. You know, I'm a lion, first of all. Let's be clear. I am a lion, and I do have a team of people backing me like a football team. I have a backup for my backup for my backup. Okay? When I'm working with a realtor, I have multiple realtors that I work with at the same time. Okay? If I work with attorneys, I have multiple attorneys that I work with at the same time. A team, actually. Right? So, it needs to be clear that this is what I do. This is what I love. I love sharing information with you all. Understand, if you have a question, if you feel some type of way about something that I post, send me a message. I put my information in the system for you guys to get, for you to reach out to me. And that's another reason why I took the video down. It hurt me. It hurt me to take the video down. It really did. Because one, I feel that Daniel was in his right to put his professional opinion up there. I do, but I also was hurt that someone reached out to me saying that they were hurt behind the video, and so because of it, I blame myself for it, and I said it won't happen again. I took the video down forever, permanently. But this is why I have this video up now. So it needs to be clear for anybody that's trying to go back to watch the video. It needs to be clear that when dealing in customer service, any client has the right to voice their opinion about something, okay? That's why you have the BBB. That's why you have a whole bunch of other businesses out there that help people who need to voice their opinion about a company to do that. Okay? And once again, Lake Dawson TV is here for the realtor, for the real estate agent, right? For the real estate professional, for the broker, for the, the investor. I mean, I have so many friends in the real estate industry. It's not even funny. I mean, a lot. And in the near future, because I'm working in my class. I have a class that I'm taking right now. That's from a school in London. And once this class is over and graduation is done, I'll be putting up a whole lot of videos. That's why I took a lot of the videos down. Excuse me. That's why I took a lot of the videos down. This way I can make Lake Dawson TV better for you. I've been doing this for a long time. A very long time. And I'm talking to you, I took over a decade worth of time, right, to figure out the difference between being a wholesaler and being a real estate agent, being an investor and being a real estate agent. I needed to understand the difference. And if you see me looking in this direction, that's because the screen is in this direction and the camera's right there. So it took me over a decade to learn the business of both sides. And I put myself in a position as the client. And I did that deliberately because when I first started in real estate as an investor, I realized that there was a gray area between investor and agent. And there was always this back and forth, this tit for tat, this, that. And I said, you know what? I need to understand both sides of the business in case someone comes to me with a question about a specific thing that I've done that goes against rules of an individual that is licensed as a real estate agent or broker. Okay? So I needed to make it clear across the board. And not only that, but I have mentors who have been in the business way longer than I have. 20, 30, 40 years in the business. Not only as brokers, but also working in the financial industry. Some that I didn't even name in the book that I just published. So when there's a conversation between myself and an agent feels that or a broker feels that they are correct about something, I've done my research thoroughly. It took years, and I did it deliberately. Some people ask, why did you do it for so long? Why did you, It was a process, right? It was a process that led me to now. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, right? And I know this is business. We all know this is business, but it's a way you go about doing things. You don't want your name tarnished. Once again, this is across the board. You don't want your name tarnished or anything like that. And you have to treat the client with respect. You have to do it. If the client reaches out to you via email and you don't respond to that client and you guys are already in a paper trail when it comes to purchasing and sale of a property, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Right? That's a really big problem. Same thing goes for if the client is asking for you to send them correspondence that you send between the attorneys and yourself, or the mortgage broker and yourself, and you don't do it after you've been asked several times to send it to them as well. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay? And I hope everyone who's watched this video is watching it all the way through. Okay? Once again, United States of America, I can't speak for everybody else. We have free speech. YouTube channel, free speech, baby. As long as it's not, vulgar or rude or anything like that. But I'm respectful to everybody in this business. Right? So, there was a lesson that I learned. Just to give you heads up, I learned a big lesson. And the lesson that I learned was that if I interview an individual, because let me pause for a second. If you've ever watched any of my other videos that I took off, or even the ones that I have up now, you'll see that none of the videos that I have up name names of anybody, discuss any company of anybody, talk about a specific neighborhood or property or whatever the case is. I don't do that at all. At all. So I voice my opinion, but I respect the individuals that I'm working with, that I've worked with. Right? I do that. I don't, But it taught me, this experience that I had taught me what not to do. It taught me what not to do. And honestly speaking, it wasn't even in my mind. My focus was on something totally different. And when the video and everything was edited and put together and all that stuff, it wasn't until I received, a response from someone, and I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I had to literally go back to the video and watch the video myself and say, and see what it was that they were referring to. And I was just like, once I saw the video and listened to what they were telling, what they had told me and how they felt and whatnot, I got it. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. And that's why I took the video down as well, because I don't want anybody to be hurt because a video was put out and, a client of theirs may have seen it or, anything like that, because that's not what we do. That's not our intention. And once again, apologies in order for all that, right? But once again, 23 minutes and 43 seconds. Once again, I also have to apologize to Daniel, because Daniel has his right to free will, whether it's on video, audio, write a book, whatever. So even though I took it down out of respect for the other side, I had to reach out to Daniel and apologize to him as well and explain the reason why the video was taken down. Okay? So, this is what I want to say. I've said a lot so far. But we're here revolutionizing the real estate industry. We're working on new projects right now. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, right? So when I put this stuff out, This is decades of information that I've learned, right? In business, in real estate, in finance, in marketing, all put together. If you don't agree with it, if you don't like the videos, I understand. Don't watch the videos. You know, I get it. But I'm from New York, right? I'm from the hood, is what they call it. Some people like the hood. Yes, the neighborhood, right? I'm from the Bronx, New York City. I wasn't always like this, right? I used to have long hair. I used to have it braided. This is before, right? This is before I went through a transition. I learned systems. I learned business. I had mentors. This was before the mentors. This was before the studies. This was before the business. This was before. And it was survival. It was truly, honestly survival. And I told myself at that time, if I ever had the ability to get out of that, I would, and I would change the world. In some industry. It just so happened that I love real estate. I love renovation. I love investing. I love development. And real estate is the cornerstone of the financial industry, if you don't know. Okay? This is why I'm a lion. This is why I put out true content. It's true. If you don't believe me, you don't believe I'm from the Bronx, look up my information, baby. Because it's true. I don't live there now. That's true too. Right? But I'm I guess, maybe I'm something that the Creator has brought into this world to change your life, to help you, to better yourself, to push yourself to the next level. And maybe I'm not that Dr. Martin Luther King or that Malcolm X or whatever, but maybe you are. Maybe I'm not that Frederick Eklund or Josh Altman or, not right now. But maybe you are. Or maybe you'll be because of me helping you. You understand what I'm saying? We all have the capability of growing to greatness. And you, yourself, as well. If you're not there yet, if you're still working, if you feel like you're struggling, if you have a family, anything of that nature, I'm like a big brother. All right, that's it. End of the rant. Just know, Lake Dawson TV is here to stay.